Jesus Christ was born more than 2,000 years ago in the small town of Bethlehem, in a humble setting that showed from the very beginning that his life would be different from that of kings and rulers. His mother Mary was gentle and faithful, and Joseph, a hard-working carpenter, raised him with love and care. Angels announced his birth, and wise men traveled from distant lands because they believed this child had been sent by God for a great purpose. Jesus grew up in Nazareth, living a simple and honest life. As a child, he was known for his kindness, patience, and wisdom. He worked with Joseph, learned the value of hard work, and showed respect and compassion to everyone around him. Even at a young age, people noticed that Jesus spoke with understanding and peace beyond his years. When Jesus reached about 30 years of age, he began his public mission. He traveled from town to town, speaking to ordinary people, not from palaces but from hillsides, homes, and open fields. His message was simple yet powerful. Love God, love one another, forgive freely, and live with faith and humility. Jesus taught through parables, short stories that carried deep meaning, helping people understand truth through everyday examples. He spoke about a shepherd who leaves 99 sheep to save one, a father who forgives his lost son, and a stranger who shows kindness when others turn away. Through these teachings, Jesus showed that true goodness comes from the heart, not from status or power. Wherever Jesus went, he helped people. He healed the sick, comforted the brokenhearted, and gave hope to those who felt forgotten. The blind could see, the weak found strength, and the hopeless discovered peace. Jesus never helped people for praise or reward. He helped them because he loved them. He chose 12 disciples, ordinary men, fishermen and workers, and taught them not only with words but by example. He showed them how to forgive enemies, care for the poor, and trust God even in the hardest moments. Many people followed Jesus and believed in him, but some religious leaders felt threatened by his teachings. Jesus spoke about truth, inner faith, and humility rather than strict rules and power. Even though he knew suffering was coming, he did not stop spreading love and hope. When Jesus entered Jerusalem, crowds welcomed him with joy, waving palm branches and praising him. But soon betrayal followed. One of his own disciples turned against him, and Jesus was arrested, falsely accused, and treated unjustly. He was mocked, beaten, and sentenced to death. Even during his suffering, Jesus showed compassion and forgiveness. He did not fight back or speak with hatred. Instead, he prayed and remained calm, showing strength through love. Jesus was crucified on a cross, and his followers were filled with grief and fear. They felt lost, believing everything was over. His body was placed in a tomb, and a heavy stone sealed it shut, guarded by soldiers. To the world, it seemed like the end of his story, but it was only the beginning. On the third day, women went to the tomb and found it empty. An angel told them not to be afraid and announced that Jesus had risen. Soon after, Jesus appeared to his disciples. At first, they could hardly believe it, but when he spoke and showed himself to them, their sorrow turned into joy and their fear into unshakable faith. Jesus spent time with his followers, teaching them, strengthening them, and preparing them for the future. He reminded them that his mission was meant for the entire world, not just one place or people. He taught them forgiveness, love, and courage, showing that even after suffering, hope remains alive. Before leaving them, Jesus gave a final command: to go into the world, help those in need, love one another, and share the message of faith and hope. Then Jesus ascended into heaven, leaving his followers with purpose and strength. After his departure, the disciples were no longer afraid. They traveled across lands, sharing the story of Jesus Christ, his teachings, his sacrifice, and his resurrection. Though they faced hardship, rejection, and danger, they remained strong because they believed in the truth of what they had seen. Over time, the message of Jesus spread across nations and generations. His teachings inspired people to care for the poor, heal the sick, and stand for justice and kindness. Schools, hospitals, and charities were created from his message of compassion. Jesus taught that every human life has value, and this belief changed how people treated one another. Love replaced hatred, forgiveness, love, and courage, showing that even after suffering, hope remains alive. Before leaving them, Jesus gave a final command: to go into the world, help those in need, love one another, and share the message of faith and hope. Then Jesus ascended into heaven, leaving his followers with purpose and strength. After his departure, the disciples were no longer afraid. They traveled across lands, sharing the story of Jesus Christ, his teachings, his sacrifice, and his resurrection. Though they faced hardship, rejection, and danger, they remained strong because they believed in the truth of what they had seen. Over time, the message of Jesus spread across nations and generations. His teachings inspired people to care for the poor, heal the sick, and stand for justice and kindness. Schools, hospitals, and charities were created from his message of compassion. Jesus taught that every human life has value, and this belief changed how people treated one another. Love replaced hatred, forgiveness replaced revenge, and hope replaced despair. In times of war, suffering, and hardship, people found strength in his words. Even today, the message of Jesus Christ continues to guide millions around the world. Families turn to his teachings for comfort. Leaders look to his example of humble service. And young people find direction through his lessons on honesty, courage, and love. Jesus taught us to love our neighbors, forgive those who hurt us, care for the weak, and live with faith. He showed that real change begins in the heart and spreads to the world. Jesus Christ did not leave behind wealth, armies, or power. He left behind a way of life built on compassion, humility, forgiveness, and love. His story continues every time someone chooses kindness over anger, faith over fear, and love over hate. The life of Jesus Christ reminds us that true power is found in love, true victory is found in forgiveness, and true hope is found in faith. His story did not end on the cross. It lives on in every heart that chooses love. As time moved forward, the world continued to change, but the teachings of Jesus Christ remained timeless. New generations faced new struggles, yet people still turned to his words for guidance, strength, and peace. In a fast-moving world filled with stress and division, the message of Jesus stayed calm and powerful. He taught people to live with purpose, not fear, reminding them that they're never alone and that God understands every struggle. Jesus showed unconditional love, welcoming the poor, the sick, and the rejected, proving that love does not judge but heals. He taught that true leadership is found in humility and service, not control or power. Forgiveness stood at the heart of his message, showing that letting go of anger brings freedom and peace. Jesus encouraged faith during uncertainty, teaching that storms will come, but faith gives strength to stand firm. His teachings continue to inspire honesty, courage, and compassion in daily life. His legacy lives not in history alone, but in everyday choices, kind words, forgiving hearts, and helping hands. Jesus showed that ordinary people can create extraordinary change by living with love. He taught that peace begins in the heart and spreads through actions. His message calls people to live responsibly, practice integrity, and stand for truth even when it is difficult. His legacy brings hope for the future, reminding humanity that the world can be renewed through faith and love. The story of Jesus Christ continues through people who choose unity over division and compassion over judgment. His teachings are carried forward not by force, but by quiet acts of goodness. The story of Jesus reaches beyond time and lives in present choices, calling for kindness when anger feels easier and forgiveness when pain feels heavy. His life teaches that every act of love adds light to the world, and every act of service carries hope. Jesus offered a vision of humanity united by love, showing that true strength is found in gentleness and true greatness in service. His message remains steady for the future, declaring that love is stronger than hate, truth stronger than lies, and hope stronger than despair. His story belongs to all who walk in faith and compassion and continues through families, communities, and unseen moments of goodness. The message of Jesus is also meant for everyday life, teaching patience, gratitude, simplicity, and inner peace. He showed that worry steals peace, but trust restores it, and that a loving heart is greater than wealth or success. Forgiveness frees the heart from the weight of the past, and kindness, spoken quietly, can change a life forever. Jesus taught that peace does not come from changing the whole world at once, but from changing the heart. His message settles gently into daily moments of patience, calm, and hope. The journey of Jesus Christ comes as a gentle voice that reminds people they are not forgotten and that no heart is beyond hope. He never asked for perfection, but sincerity, teaching people to move forward with gentle strength and faithful courage. His story becomes a blessing when people forgive, help quietly, and choose patience over anger. His light continues to shine through compassion, mercy, and love across generations. As the message of Jesus looks to the future, it offers a vision shaped by kindness, honesty, and peace, showing that the future depends on the condition of the human heart. Small acts of love shape tomorrow, and each generation is invited to carry his message forward through example. Even as the world grows louder, his message remains clear and calm, calling people to love deeply, walk humbly, serve willingly, and trust faithfully. Jesus Christ gave the world a hope that never fades, rooted in love and truth, promising that peace can still grow and love can still lead. His story does not end here, but continues into tomorrow and beyond through every heart that chooses love. Jesus Christ said, "Look at the birds, they do not sow or reap, yet God provides for them. Look at the flowers, they grow in beauty." Without worry, Jesus teaches us that nature is God's creation, not for destruction, but for protection. Saving trees, saving water, and caring for the earth is true faith. If you love this planet, share this message.